What's going on, my bros? Welcome back to the channel. So we're doing something a little bit different today. We're just gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be like you guys are here with me right now. We're just gonna have an open-end discussion, leave some comments on different topics. Yeah, this is something completely new to me, man. But today I want to chat to you guys about tattoos in Islam. So I have a lot of tattoos, as you can obviously see. I am very much covered. By the way, guys, like, if you feel like I'm rambling a little bit, I do apologise. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of style of video, so you have to bear with me a little bit, and it's gonna be unedited, so it's all unscripted, unedited. I just want it to be as natural as possible, so like you guys are here, like I said, we're talking, we're having a discussion. So this discussion today I want to chat about to you guys is tattoos in Islam. Now, obviously, tattoos, ink on your skin is very bad. It's terrible. You shouldn't be doing it. Now, I want to go back to like why I got tattoos. So when I was younger, when I was about 8, I'll say it's about 17, 18, maybe 18 years old, I was really heavily into rap music. I've always been heavily into rap. So Tupac, DMX, all of these things. And I actually remember being in middle school, and I remember Tupac had that Thug Life tattoo, and I remember drawing that. I actually drew that on my stomach, and I remember he had like Outlaw tattooed here, and he had like a beast here, and I remember stuff like that. I remember drawing that on me, and music heavily influenced me. Then I remember being 18 when I could get 17, 18 when I could get tattoos, and I got a tattoo on my neck, and then on my fingers, on my hand, and then it spiraled out of control. It just became an addiction. It's a very, very big, it's a really bad addiction, especially if you're someone like me who has a bit of a wild brain. At that time, it was just, it was very unheard of especially where I'm from in England. It's very much unheard of for young lads around my age to have a lot of tattoos. So you know how America, like Chris Brown and Tiger and all these guys were all like getting tatted up and all this kind of stuff, and like women would like that. I can't sit here and lie. I done it because I started getting attention from women, and and it just spiraled out of control for me. But I want to come back to like Islam and tattoos. So we see so many people in the world, like Christians or just people who haven't got any religion, and everyone's getting tatted. I'm seeing it a lot more these days. I'm seeing like, you know what I'm seeing a lot of now? I'm seeing a lot of people getting their faces all tattooed and stuff. Man, like, and I look at this stuff, man, and it's crazy. So in Islam, we basically say that getting ink, putting ink on your skin is one of the major sins, because Allah, when we were born, we had clean skin. Apologies for the noise, guys. I'm editing and I'm trying to like, do two things at once. So when we were born, Allah gave us clean skin. So our skin was very clean, and he wants us to keep that pureness and go back. When we go back, he wants us to keep that, that pureness, that cleanliness. Is the word cleanliness? Cleanness. He wants to keep that cleanness about us. And when we put this stuff on our skin, this stupid stuff on our skin, it's basically like we're ruining God's work, basically, his artwork, because we are like his artwork. This is how I'm trying to break it down to people who don't understand what it means, why Islam is completely against tattoos. So what I want to say is, like, if you're a brother who has tattoos, if you have ink, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. I see a lot of people beat themselves up about it. These are things that happened. These are things that were done in times where, you know, we maybe weren't following the deen, or we weren't, you know, we didn't understand why it was so bad, you know. And like, you can't beat yourself up about the past. I'm sorry guys if I'm rambling. This is my very first video. I do apologise. I'm trying to like make it clear for you guys. You can't beat yourself up about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. So at the moment, if you've seen one of my shorts, I'm actually going through tattoo laser surgery for this on my neck, this crap on my neck. So at the moment it looks a mess because the ink is coming out. You know, inshallah it will all come out. But if you can, I would say, if you can get it lasered off, try and do that. But, you know, like, if you look at it, like tattoos, yeah, like I said, like if you look at a lot of these rappers and stuff like that, and you look at what they're putting on this, like a lot of them, like, it's crazy because Islam, like, when it talked about tattoos, I knew about it back then. I knew it was bad, but I didn't really understand it. But now being an older man, like, you know, in my mid 30s, and I'm looking like with a clean, clear head, and I'm looking at it, I can see that why ink is so bad. Like, people say, oh, you know, you won't get judged because you're an individual. You know, it's individuality. It's more accepted. It's not actually accepted. Like, you know, like if you want to go and do a job in finance and stuff like that, it's not actually accepted. You're just trying to hide. Like, I've been on job interviews where like I've had to completely hide everything really bad, like, and try and get these good jobs. And, you know, alhamdulillah, maybe it's because I'm a genuine person, you know, and I can talk to anyone, and, you know, and maybe it's because I have repented for having this crap on my skin, that I haven't had too much of a bad experience with job interviews and getting jobs and good jobs, you know, and stuff like that. But it definitely can hinder your life experience having all of this ink on your skin. Like, don't listen to people that say, oh, you know, it's individuality. It's not. And just going back to what I was saying about, you know, when I was younger, and I did understand like not getting tattoos, but no, sorry, I didn't understand why Islam was so against it, but I understood that they were against it, so I just got it done anyway. But as like I said, being older and looking from the outside looking in now at ink, I can see how much it resembles the shaitan. So, you know, devilish ways and stuff. So like I said, if you can just look, you can just Google like rappers and stuff now, like all these guys. What's this guy's name? You know, 6ix9ine. You've got Lil Uzi Vert. You've got all these guys. I know, I've watched all these guys, man. Lil Uzi Vert. You've got there's so many of them. Post Malone is a good one. Post Malone is massive, and he looks like a genuine guy. He looks like he's a very down to earth, humble person. But if you look at his face, he looks like the shaitan. Astaghfirullah, I'm sorry, I don't want to like ruin anyone's images and stuff like that. I'm not even gonna, do you know what, I don't even want to go there and try and, you know, put anyone down. But you can just tell that it's like the shaitan ways, the devilish ways. Like, they don't look how a pious, clean person looks. Like, you can just look at Lil Wayne, for example, and look at his whole aura, man, and would you want your kid to look like that? Like, if your son, you know, said, or your daughter said, Dad or Mum, I'm going to tattoo my whole face and I'm going to, you know, look like, you wouldn't want that for your kid, you know. So I do understand. So the moral of this little topic that we're speaking on today is like, if you're a Muslim, even if you're not a Muslim, just like really think about what you're doing. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and tell you guys don't get tattoos, but like, it is a massive sin in Islam for us, man. It is a massive sin, and I completely understand why. I understand why it's a massive sin. I can see it now, and, you know, yeah, whatever people say is individuality and all this kind of stuff, but you listen. I regret my tattoos, man. I am 35 years old. I regret all this crap that I've put on my skin. I look at it and I hate it, and I look at it with dread. I don't enjoy having all of this stuff. So if you're a young guy, you know, maybe you are Muslim, or you're just getting into Islam, but you don't see anything wrong with tattoos, please understand that one day you're going to grow up, and one day you're going to have a family, and one day you're going to want a good job. You know, I've seen people that say, I've even come across people in my life that have said, well, you know, I am always going to be a builder, or I'm always going to do, you know, physical work, so I don't care about having all of this ink. I've come across that, believe me, I've come across that. And guess what else I've come across? I've come across them same people who were doing them jobs years and years later, wanting to do more, you know, relaxed, peaceful work where you just on a computer typing away. They want to go into an office. They're just sick of the grind. They're sick of, you know, going to building sites from having to leave the house at 5, 6 a.m. to get on these buildings. So they get sick of it, you know, but they haven't got these skills. And I ain't trying to put nobody down. I'm not putting it anywhere. I'm just saying, like, just think about it. Your mind is going to change, you know, like you being young, 18, 19-year-old and putting tattoos all over your face and on your hands. Like, look, this is, I'm just showing you guys, this is proof. Like, putting all these tattoos everywhere. One day you're going to be a older person and it's not going to be as cool anymore, man. It's going to, the dopamine effect will fade out and you want to do something in your life and maybe it will stop you, man. But look, I ain't trying to tell anyone how to live life. I'm just coming to you guys with like a place of sincerity. Like, look, in Islam, tattoos are completely a massive sin, and I do understand why it is now. I didn't understand, but I do understand. Number one, Allah, God, brought us into this world with clean skin and he wants us to go back that way. Number two, people will judge you. People, I do not care what anyone says, people will judge you. All right, yeah, you can have it here, you know, and cover it with a shirt. But again, it goes back to number one. Allah, God, has brought us into this world with clean skin. He wants us to keep this. So this doesn't mean nothing. You can hide it, yeah, but you can't hide it from, you know, from God. You can't hide it, yeah. And number three, I would just say, like, life changes, man. Like, life really does change. And what was cool when you were younger and putting all this crap on your skin, one day you might live to regret it. And it's the worst regret ever, man. Honestly, it is the worst regret ever because I regret it. I hate it. And if I could go back, I would have a clean skin. But I don't beat myself up to it because I know that mistakes happen in this life. We all grow. We all become, you know, who we want to be. And yeah, that's just my little 2 cents into it. So this topic was Islam and the rulings of tattoos. I'm so sorry, guys, if I rambled in this video. I do apologise, this is very new to me. I'm probably looking in the wrong thing right now, so I'm looking at myself, but it's the camera is here, so I'm probably not looking at the right thing. But all of these things are going to be unedited. I want them to be as real as possible because I want them to be like open and discussion, like you guys are just chilling here with me and we're just having a chat. I just want it to be like that. But yeah, just think about it, man. I would just say, just think about it. If you want to go and get a tattoo really bad, have a think about it, like, and just pick up on the points I'm trying to say. Like, for number one, really, it is a major sin. And if you know it's a major sin, and I've just told you why, and you know, and you still want to get it, then I guess, you know, fair play. It's up to you. You know, it's up to you. Like I said to you, I knew it was a big sin back then, but I didn't understand why. No one really broke it down for me. So, you know, I'm breaking it down for you guys, and yeah, hopefully you don't put this crap on your skin and you just stay clean and pure, you know. Guys, see you on the next one. God bless.